And here we are again for another episode of Iron Curtain Grades Our Shit. X has wizarded something out and called us all to the beach to see something. I'm not sure.
We're gonna have a beach party.
Yeah, you take me to such nice places. It's nice to see that you care. So what the hell are we doing out here today? What's going on?
All right, so this version of X's mental mayhem is you know my philosophy. If it's not gigantic, over expensive, and costs you a year in the mines, it's not worth building, right?
True enough.
So if you take a look behind you, you'll see a little surprise.
Oh God.
I can see my house from here.
This is what we're gonna call the diving board.
Oh, good
Let's get a
Lord.
little closer, shall we?
This is, yeah, you congratulations, you built 4 more bases. Holy
No,
shit.
it's less than the toilet, so shut up.
I mean, everything is, but okay. you've
Speaking
got
of the
some-
toilet, that was kind of the idea behind this. That's what it gave me this idea.
Okay, so you got this dirt road here. This goes either way, I guess, just around this little mountainside. And
Right.
then you funnel down a path here. Oh, I think I see what you got going on here. All right, pull the lever, Kronk.
Make sure the lever's turned on first. Hold, please.
That helps. Wrong
is on,
lever! Ow, yeah, that would hurt. Okay, so the diving board, and I think I see where you're going with this. These Zeds will track down the path. You cut them loose, you drop them onto the ground there, and then they ramp back up these sides and lather, rinse, repeat, correct?
Correct. Also, I've noticed they will take these ladders every so often just to make it a faster lather, rinse, repeat. And for added fun, we can pick them off the top of the ladder and they can fall to their death again.
Yeah, that's a lot of shooting right off the ladder. That's monkey in a barrel shit right there. Okay, so, and then you got your generator sunk into the floor there, I see. Minimal relays, I like that. They're all protected. God knows we had that issue last week.
Right.
And then down here, I can see you've got all your pillars. Those are nice and sunk in. I'll go ahead and patch that little hole up for you there. So we've got the pillars well protected. Everything's gravy there, and they're just going to land on the dirt and truck back up. Okay, I see what you got going here. This is some mad scientist shit, but the diving board is, I mean, visually obviously appropriate, so can we, if I'm out here and I'm just trucking along, can I jump the top? I can jump the top, and then it's just a matter of, I guess, dropping onto the back here. Okay,
Yep.
So how do you get down?
Well, it is a diving board.
Oh, Jesus. Does this hurt? Does this hurt? Nope. Gravy. All right, cool.
This is
So-
a video game. When it breaks, you fall.
Yeah, instead of hitting like concrete, because that's how reality works, right?
Right. Now, if you come up to the actual drop mechanism here, you'll see I've made some improvements over the toilet's initial design.
Okay.
When we ran the toilet, we had some problems with them getting caught on the corners, not exactly wanting to fall down. When you guys hit the
Exactly.
button right there.
Yeah, we have that little cutaway scene where Hell's had his idea of covering the edges there.
Yeah, so I did
And
that.
that's what you've done. Okay, I see what you got going. We got a little ping there from some randomness. We can fill that up real quick. Okay, so this is going to leave them pretty much no purchase at all. I don't think they'll get a toehold on those wedge tips there.
No, if they beat through this first round of steel bars, then they'll get purchase on those wedge tips.
But then it's an authentic raptor cage, and they won't get dick past that. So,
Exactly.
Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it. So for the 2 build grades, we have supplies needed. You are a motherfucker, and I hate you.
Luckily, this time it's all concrete. There's no electronics aside from one small.
Yeah, a
relay
little
and
bit of
switch.
electric there, some steel to pad up the pillars down there, and do some other security
Yeah.
work, but nothing. That is a fuck ton of stone, though. So I'm saying
Yes, it is.
supplies needed is a D. Because
Yeah,
Yep, I'm down with that.
I think you basically chopped a mountain down and ground it up into sand.
yeah, pretty much. Fucking hell.
Basically,
Okay, and build difficulty. This this looks like it may have been a little bit of a bitch to put together because having done some pillars like this in the past, pillars at this height can be a pain in the ass. So what are you thinking on build difficulty? How long does this take you to string together?
So I'm kind of torn on the build difficulty because you're exactly right. The pillars at this height are a pain in the ass. You kind of have to start from the bottom and walk your way up as you do it.
Sure.
But the overall design is not bad. It's just a hallway on stilts with a hole that they drop down.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's a lot of it, but it's not complicated. C minus?
that's kind of where I was falling.
Yeah, this isn't difficult, but yeah, this will take you a while to string together. No goddamn lie, especially if you don't have
Yeah.
this kind of concrete, waiting at hand already. You're gonna be there for a minute.
One of these days we have to show these
polar
kids the mines.
Oh god, yeah, the part where we've hollowed out the town that we live in. Or some
It's
sort of
the polar opposite of the mountaintop base.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. We finished the mountaintop base. We chopped down the mountain and we made the diving board.
Damn straight. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes. Obviously, demo guys are problematic for everything, but as long as the door mechanism holds up, we can probably just get rid of them. There's enough redundancy down here that it's not gonna. I don't think losing one pillar would cave this thing in. I don't know
No.
if it could stand to lose 3 or 4, but if that happens, we'll sure as shit find out.
Yeah. The cool part, especially about the demos and really any Zed, is they're gonna fall down. They're gonna hit the ground. And if you pay attention to how I walk as I come up these ramps, you're shooting them in the back. You're not going to pop a demo by shooting them in the back.
Also true.
So unload on these kids before they get back up here.
That's a fair assessment. And who doesn't love shooting people in the back? That's the honorable way to do it, right?
Exactly.
Horde Knight's coming up. Let's see how she does.
Here we go.
They're
Oh.
here.
Here comes Spitter.
Yes.
Let's let them come up here.
They're hanging out on the ladder on the left side.
Oh, here they come.
As much as I like somebody spitting on me at point blank range.
You ready for a shot?
Yeah, I'm good once they actually decide to get on the doors here.
Hit it.
Bye.
Dun, 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 dun.
And now we'll just leave it on and watch them
Do
fall.
they
in the
just
hole.
continue streaming through that, huh?
That's what I'm seeing.
With that kind of fall damage, if you let them loop a few times, that'll actually do quite a bit of the work to them.
Nope.
This is nice. This base is a mix of close and long range. That's fun. Now, I've got the ones running down the ramp on this side. I wonder what that's about. Are they tracking over to the other side to get up that way?
It looks like they're all tracking on this side, yeah.
They're all tracking over to this ladder.
That's strange. Like, there's a ladder on that side. I wonder why they've decided this one is the better ladder.
Well, you said yourself, we're doing weird stuff with the
Yeah.
Zeds this time.
Probably the AI did its best path calculations once.
Fair.
Come here, boys. That's a perfectly nice platform to stand on. Except it's not.
That drop never gets old. It's a cheerleader who'd rather jump down a deep hole than hang out with me. It's just like prom.
I don't see any congregating along the
Bye, Karen.
stuff at the bottom here.
Careful, Akiva. Karen is hate speech.
Karen is hate speech is the most Karen sentence ever written.
For the ACL that's watching, ACLU that's watching here, fuck off.
Also, please enjoy my donations.
Would someone like to pull the lever?
I know. Okay, go ahead.
No, I've already I pulled the lever on you, actually, so.
Fair enough. Bye. Dear God.
Have you heard
Bye.
Have you heard the collective noun for Karen?
What's that?
A group of Karens is called a complaint.
Or just mute murder him. That's fine.
Whoop.
Melissa just corrected me. It's a privilege of Karens.
A privilege, Karen.
Yeah, that's better.
Well, this is just fun right here.
I figured you'd come over here eventually and start having fun.
Even fish in a barrel put up more resistance than this. They at least swim around. This is just straight line. This is disturbingly effective. It seems like it's more effective than it should be.
Yeah, where are those demos in the first 10 minutes of this base, huh?
My base is made of concrete. That's why they didn't show up.
The
Yeah, the
Davian
salt counter hits 1.
Are you using a knife?
Yes.
Oh my god. Made a machete base.
Alright, Leon. You do your thing.
I get
That's
it.
actually genius.
Ah, this garage door mechanic is a long way from getting old.
While it lasts, if we popularize this too much, they'll probably patch it.
Probably.
I'm not sure how they could.
Yeah, how would you... I mean, unless the only thing you could do is make them avoid doors entirely, but that would be even more exploitable.
Right.
Oh, Zeds won't go near doors? Okay, well, the force field just got 10,000 times better.
I gotta say, when you light them on fire and then you drop them through the hole, it's like hot meat shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two things we have to have in every episode. The Davian salt counter and the hot meat shits.
Yeah, that is the one downside to this base, is there's no real
Spitter D.
spitter protection. Yeah.
You want to talk about no spitter protection? The base that I built.
Your base doesn't have any protection, though.
That's coming up. We're doing that, what, next week?
You're going to be that one or the cube?
Okay, well, one of the two, and
Oh, they actually coming off this side now?
Nev has been working on a your shit concept that it gives me hives. Like really.
Yeah, it gave you hives. You didn't have to build it.
To be fair, neither did you.
It hurts my soul.
And, of course, that means it's been touted by our most favorite region.
Oh, don't you know it? Good day, everybody. Eat a dick. The law of averages says that sooner or later that dude's gonna build something that works. So far, not yet, but, you know, we'll get there one of these days.
Yeah, and what's the timetable on, the monkeys typing out Shakespeare?
You imagine with this base? Oh my god, I didn't even think about this at the time, but building it... can you imagine what you could get if you did the pit base's electric fence net right under the drop?
Oh.
I was also thinking about electric fences at some point going up the ladders.
That too?
That could be interesting. Zombie go down the hole. Someone got it.
Wow.
That's a bit dated.
So is X. It's all good.
I'm the youngest one here.
Excuse you?
Oh, here we
Am
go.
I? Aren't I?
Hells will have you know that he is a ripe 14.
He is a very unfortunate 14-year-old if that's the case.
Unfortunate. That's an interesting adjective to go with.
Listen,
How old
we're
are
not
you?
counting in hexadecimal.
I'm 31.
I'm 30. So yeah.
Okay.
Not the youngest one here.
Oh, wow. Look at the fucking Baby Spice
Push.
arguing with the Gerber mascot over here. What the fuck?
Listen, we're not all 60, all right?
Yes, I'm 60. Thank you. That is the true story of how... Dick.
Have you seen your avatars everywhere?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You go with the grizzled old man because that's all that you know how to make. That's all you see every day.
He's a grizzled bastard trapped in a curmudgeon's body.
I'm gonna tell my wife that apparently you think all I see is old men all day. She He might have some interesting words for you.
Are they
That's
seem
okay.
legit?
Oh.
I mean, if you want to share the experience, there is no Zeds coming up this right-hand ramp.
Are you suggesting that I go around and fix it?
I mean, if it needs to be fixed, there are ways.
Considering I would have to dive off this into the ocean, come up and around. When Woodle's done with that dick, you can eat it. You get the dick leftovers.
Would he leave any leftovers?
Probably not.
There
is his
is
favorite
no
flavor.
surplus dick when he's around.
So, judging by how these Zeds are pathing, you could do this so much smaller with just a spire, a set of ladders, and a hole in the ground.
Yeah, you could.
You don't have to actually build it off of the ground like we have.
Alright, Gronk.
Yeah, this front line of poles takes a little bit of a hit when they're not being ramped into the space between it, but it's still pretty damn minimal. Probably if you want to go with a build like this, you're going to want to pay attention to these things during the course of the night just to make sure, especially if a cop or a demo explodes near them, you're going to want to patch them up because it could get a little janky if any of those go.
Okay, now I want some demos. Now I'm kind of curious where the fuck they are.
Yeah, this is weird. I mean, okay, they've been coming late in the past, but we've never... Have we ever had a night with none?
Nope.
Well, I think we had a boomer-free night, boys.
What the fuck? And there's the buzzer. We'll do a little cleanup work here and see how it did. I suspect the concrete down this tube is 80 kinds of fucked up, but 95% of that will just have been from our rounds.
We got some shit down at the end there.
What the fuck?
That's for the Gerber comment, motherfucker.
Oh, you piece of shit.
Did you kill him?
No, he just hacked the fucking... hacked the bars out that I was staying on. I heard something, I thought it was a buzzard, and then I just felt, you're lucky. I mean, I took a huge hit there, but not too terrible. I've got those drop boots. Yeah, these are bullet pings. I mean, they're all bullet ping, but
Yeah.
they are just bullet pings. This is nothing
Now, the hallway, the little alcove here they're coming up with the ladders is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, they got some damage there, but even if they... Okay, worst case scenario, if they blew these blocks out, they're still not getting much of anywhere, because if we knock this one out, there's just more block behind it. So this being a damage point, I'm not terribly worried about, because it's not a constructive or critical joint of any kind. It's just another block down the hallway of blocks. These are fairly fucked up, but not...
What is these?
3,300,
Oh,
44,
yeah.
the ramp ones here. It's actually not that bad. The door I threw a little bit of repair at during the night. It is a little jacked up, one side more so than the other.
One side's about half.
They were congregating a lot on this side, but you could maintain this pretty easily
Very
inside
easily.
the box. The poles I repaired up a couple times through the night, but they were never more than like, a third, halfway down. They were never in danger of popping from steel, much less, the concrete underneath them. Now that I'm going to check the bottom out voluntarily...
I didn't see much in the way of damage, at all.
What are we doing down here? Now, the fact that we got no demo at all this night, which is fucking weird. The ramp's a little chewed up, but who gives a shit?
No, someone took out a block.
Yeah. Probably a cop exploding or something, plus, a couple hundred rounds. These fences are kind of fucked up.
Fences.
This one's at
Oh, the one we were
187,
standing on?
or the ladders, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Not
the
fences.
ladders.
The
Yeah, they're pretty
ladders,
fucked
this
up.
is at 187 of 2K. So you'd wanna, if you were
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
do something that didn't involve, or that involved and relied exclusively on ladders, you'd want to make sure you had plenty of them.
Right.
Surprisingly, this pillar is pretty fucked up. I suspect this might be a lot from us.
That's from us and from cops.
Yeah. But nothing... If you were really worried about this kind of thing, you could steal that up.
Wrap it in
and
steel.
it'd be no problems there, yeah. Even if you just did that one outer layer. So durability. I think it's an A.
I'd have to think so.
We lost like one block, 2 blocks on the ramp over there, which super don't matter. That ramp is really more of an insurance policy than anything. They can chug up that mountainside. It just takes them a little longer. This just speeds up the process a little bit. So I don't see anything crucial or important that got lost here at all. We did lose one set of iron bars because someone who shall not be named is going to pay heinously for that one later. But in general, I think everything is held up pretty well. So that's a solid A on durability. Are the Zeds controlled? Hard A.
Oh yeah,
They came
they
down
did
the tube.
exactly what we wanted them to.
They dropped. They came back up. They took the ladder. They took the ramp. They came back. They just were in an infinite loop. And that worked phenomenally well. Shooting them off that ladder was amazingly easy to the point of boring. Shooting them in the back as they went up the ramp, easy. Shooting them down the corridor, even easier. And then, you just let them drop. Are the players in danger? 0. There's no danger here at
Aside
all.
from if someone knocks out the bars under you.
Unless you have a Hells, you should be fine. There's no threat here at all. That's another hard A.
Okay,
Yeah.
consider the following. I'm just offering incentive for you guys to try and kill me with one of your crazy concoctions.
My base is going to be Hell standing in an open field surrounded by landmines that he's vulnerable to. It's my base. Gasoline? What did we get on gas?
Dick all, probably.
Oh, I'm sure you're running like 2 engines here.
We use 17 gas.
Yeah, that's nothing, so that's a hard A on gas. Ammo, I am under 1,000 rounds for the evening. Hells?
2300.
X?
1500.
Nev?
Like 950.
Davian?
About 1,200 actually.
Sub 10k, that's an A on ammo. Everything we did was largely voluntary too. You could theoretically just sit here on the button and drop the same starter spawns over and over and over again all night. Not quite an AFK base, but a pretty goddamn safe way of doing it. Repair kits, I used a handful over the night. Anybody have any extreme demands on repair kits?
We use about
Not
4 or
really.
5.
Yeah, with ammo consumption like that, I wouldn't expect it. Even you could use AP rounds down this tube. In fact, I would recommend it for this because they tend to come in straight lines. That might up your repair kit count a little bit, but your AP rounds would definitely be doing a lot of really good work as they were marching down the corridor here. Cheese! You know, we gave the toilet a weird cheese rating, but I don't think, looking at this, that
This is not as reliant on the wedge tips as the toilet.
it's not. There's only one tiny little bit of wedge tips, and they don't even come to play unless the first set of bars goes out, and that's just an
Yeah.
insurance policy. So the base concept here, I don't see cheese. It's another gravity drop, which is not exploiting anything.
To add on there are a decent amount of wedge tips here. A lot of them are just for aesthetics. Like, you could do this entire
these are-
hallway.
These are wedge
These
tips.
are wedge
Okay.
tips, but you could do this entire hallway as a straight line. It wouldn't make a difference. You could do this as a straight.
You could do
wall
this
over
as
here.
a tube. You could use these as ramps if you needed to. There's no reason for this to be ramped up other than the visual. So, yeah, the fact that these are wedge tips and that you use tips here does not come into play at all. It's not any kind of requirement. So, yeah. If it can be replaced by a flat block, I don't think the fact that it's a wedge tip matters or factors in on cheese. Maybe I'm out on this one. Tell me if I'm wrong. Cheese, I'm saying baked potato.
Yeah.
I don't see a cheese rating here. You're just dropping them. Chance of being patched out. And we kind of talked about this during the Horde Night. Using the garage doors like this to drop them. You know, the sort of the low-hanging
Yeah.
fruit there would be to make them repellent to, or make garage doors repellent to the Zeds, but that would be way worse.
Or
From-
just not have a top hitbox.
Yeah. So I don't see a real easy way of patching out or don't have any indicator or, can't think of a reason why this concept would go away anytime soon. So slim to none.
That's where I'm kind of thinking.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is safe, at least for 18, and I think, honestly, it's not a popular enough idea at this point that even if it were going to be patched out, that it would be patched out anytime before, like, 20 or 21 if we're continuing down that train. Final grade. Now, you did really lousy on supplies needed, for obvious reasons. Build difficulty, however, was pretty straightforward. And
Yeah.
it performed quite well in all other regards. A minus.
I'm down for A minus. B
Factoring
plus,
in
somewhere there.
the insane costs of building this, and it could be built smaller. X always builds things twice as big as they need to be, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt.
This definitely has a lot of scalability potential.
So, final thoughts from anybody?
I
Well,
think there is one thing that needs to be said, gentlemen.
everybody in the pool?
Everybody in the pool.
I'm amazed this doesn't hurt.
Oh god, my knees.
Logic. And now we all swim, quote unquote, by walking around underwater at depth. It's great. It's very realistic.
Yep, this is how we swim in real life, guys.
All right, stick around. We've got the terrible your shit base that Nev is working on, and then the one that we're calling the block, and we'll see how everything shakes out. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, we appreciate you, and we will catch you next time.